Aging touches each one of us, our parents, our children, and of course ourselves. Today, boomers help their parents stay healthier longer. However, given our changing demographics, who will care for the baby boomers? Will our current system, with its unstable Medicare and Social Security system, be able to effectively care for the impending growth of aging baby boomers? What novel solutions may be available to boomers to avoid this hidden crisis from becoming tomorrow's mission impossible? Hello, my name is Attorney Ramsey Bahrawy, and welcome to Your Money, Your Life. In this segment, my guest is Angil Tarach-Ritchey. She's a national expert in senior care. With over 30 years in senior care and advocacy, Angil has demonstrated her passion for improving the life of aging adults. In so doing, she has become well respected in her field. She is the author of the best-selling and award-winning book, Behind the Old Face: Aging in America and the Coming Elder Boom. Angil, welcome to Your Money, Your Life. It's great to have you on the program.
Hi, Ramsey. Thank you for inviting me.
As boomers age, they're going to experience a sort of a perfect storm of events, namely a shortage of elder housing, a shortage of trained care providers, and then an unreliable Medicare and Social Security system.
Right.
In light of these potential events, what is your vision for the coming elder boom?
I created, when I started my book, when I talked with my publisher, he asked me what was my idea of perfect aging in care. And when I sat down and thought about that, I thought about over 30 years, I've worked in every area of geriatric care. And I thought about how I would like to age as well. I'm a baby boomer, just as you are. So I wrote down a vision that I think would solve a lot of the current problems seniors face, reduce costs, allow people to age at home where they prefer to be, reduce the burden on family caregivers, and reduce the cost and what would cost us. It would be available to everyone. Right now, if you want care at home, you have to pay out of pocket generally, unless you have long-term care insurance. And it's very expensive, and it's going to be astronomically expensive in 20 years. So I did create this vision, and it's an intergenerational cooperative community. And basically, we would take care of ourselves. There's a lot more details to it, but we're going to go back to the old way things used to be, where people took care of each other. And I think that's the way to solve the problem, because we can't afford care. In 20 years, it's going to be the average cost for a semi-private nursing home bed in the U.S. is going to be over $210,000 a year.
So, Angil, could you describe this intergenerational cooperative? Who do you see in this cooperative, and who's helping whom?
Okay, well, I would see that the communities would be self-sufficient, where they would have, housing, of course. They would have their own store or grocery store, post office, things that people normally need on a regular basis, including a doctor's office or immediate med, and places for activities and different things, outdoors and indoors. And that people could move in at, say, age 50. They would go through an evaluation process to process what their prior skills are, what preferences they have, what their experience has been, and a financial assessment. And then based on those things, they would have to volunteer so many hours in the community. And of course that could change after a while. When somebody was there, they wanted to do something different, because God wants to run a community and help each other. There's going to be a lot of jobs. And they could also work in the stores and the different businesses that are self-contained. And as they age and they need assistance, then people moving in, or people that have been there and are still healthy, can assist them. And it's not going to be so bad, because it's hard to lose independence, but if you've already had to take care of someone else in your neighborhood, you already understand what it's like, and it'll be easier to accept help after you've provided help.
The idea behind this cooperative is that you wouldn't have to rely on your relatives to be caretakers anymore. You wouldn't have to go to an agency and hire any caretaker from the agency. In fact, the members of the cooperative would help one another. So they would take care of one another. Is that your concept?
That is, but there would be some professional caregivers in the community that would live there with their families, and that's where it becomes intergenerational, because some people need care beyond what a neighbor could do. They need a little bit more. So we would actually need some professionals on staff in the community, and they would have their children there, and children and the spouses of the caregiver, the professional caregivers, would also have to volunteer in the community.
Would it be your vision that also people who are living with dementia would live in a cooperative like this, and they would have these professionals that you referred to who would help take care of them?
They would, but they couldn't necessarily move in with dementia unless they already had a spouse. They were moving in with a spouse. This is not going to be the solution for everyone, but this is the solution for millions of us. One model is not going to be the problem solver of it all. But this could be a great model for millions of us.
How did you come up with this idea?
I just reviewed the types of care I've always seen, and what we're lacking and what we need and what the real problems are. I spent a lot of time doing home care. So I've been in thousands of seniors' homes and working with thousands of seniors and families. So I've seen the care continuum all the way from homes up through the hospital, skilled nursing, assisted living. I've done it all. So, I looked at the real problems. There's, loneliness is a problem. Getting meals is a problem. Transportation is a problem. These are the things I thought of when I was thinking of a vision, things that we needed to solve. So, if you're living in a self-contained community, you don't really need to go outside of that community unless you need something additional. And if you don't drive, somebody in the community could take you then, or your family could assist with that.
Angel, that's a good place for us to stop. With falling birth rates and rising life expectancies, the U.S. population is rapidly aging. Longer lifespans are becoming more the rule than the exception. However, as my guest, Angil Tarach-Ritchey, stated, the prospect of longer life expectancies will strain safety nets such as Medicare and Social Security and likely render them unstable and ineffective. Also, Angil shared with us the prospect that family caregivers, who have historically functioned as a bedrock to older adults, may actually someday disappear. She calls this phenomenon a hidden crisis. Angil's vision to solving this hidden crisis includes retirement villages and co-ops. Her vision seems to address boomers' concerns about sustaining their personal independence at a time of transitioning into a new stage of life, a transition that may also involve transformative, life-changing decisions. For an unadulterated look at the future of aging, I strongly suggest reading Angil's book, Behind the Old Face. I believe it is a must-read book for every baby boomer. In closing, I'd like to thank my guest, Angil Tarach-Ritchey, author of Behind the Old Face, for our participation in this program. Angil, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Ramsey.
And as always, thank you to you, our viewers, for watching Your Money, Your Life. My name is Attorney Ramsey Bahrawy, Building Your Trust.